Good morning, my YouTube viewers. It's Crystal here. I'm just here this morning because I want to give you a code review on a 2D animation in the XY plane using a scatter. And the thing is I got this program from a YouTube video that said 2D animation in XY plane using scatter. And so basically I wanted to go over it with you because I'm studying animations, and I'm studying animations with a view to doing simulations and reinforcement learning. And it's really hard for me to find anything at all about this subject. And the reason why is because reinforcement learning is still developing, and because it's still developing, it's very difficult for me to find any information on it. The reason why I want to get into reinforcement learning is because that's going to be the way of the future. When reinforcement learning does not require you to get data, and the computer itself learns through trial and error, which means people won't have to provide data. And so that's one of the reasons why I want to learn reinforcement learning, because that's the way of the future. But it's really difficult for me to do that because obviously I'm just learning on my own. I don't have the benefit of going to MIT or anything like that to learn. So I'm just sitting here in Ready England studying on my own and making blog posts and YouTube videos to show my viewers what I've learned. Now this code I got from that video, but I have changed it just slightly, just to make it a little bit better really. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the code review. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to have to let you know that I use Replit for this. And the reason why is because I normally use Google Colab, but Google Colab doesn't do animations. Google Colab is primarily for data science, and because it's primarily for data science, it doesn't do animations, it doesn't do decounter, it doesn't do a lot of things. So I've tried to get a lot of these programs to work on Google Colab, and they just want to do it. Google Colab doesn't have the capacity. So I'm using Replit, and Replit isn't perfect. Replit won't use all of the libraries that Google Colab will, but Replit does do animations, because you can see on my computer screen now that Replit is working on animations. So I ran this program up on Replit. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to import Matplotlib, and then PyPlot SPLT, and Matplotlib animation as animation, and we're going to import NumPy as MP. And since we're using Replit, you have to install those libraries on Replit before it will work. And as you can see, I've got my packages and I've got it installed. So after we have imported the libraries that we're going to need to work on, we define a function called updatePlot, and accepts I, figure, and scat as arguments. So scat.set offsets 0, I, 50, I, 100, I. And if you can see over here, this is your 0, this is your 50, this is 100. And it says figure equals PLT figure. So, and then it says x, we define our x variable being 0, 50, and 100. So you can see here 0, 50, 100. And then we define our y variable as being 50. It says 0, 0, 0. So one thing that I could do to experiment on it, I could say like 0, 25, 50. And I believe what that would do is that would make the dots start on the different part on the y-axis. So I might just do that just to add a little bit of interest to this, because obviously it looks a bit boring, but you have to learn the boring stuff before you can get to the interesting stuff. So AX equals fig dot add subplot 111 AX dot grid is true, line style is a little dash, and color is 0.75. AX.set xlim is -25 to 125, and I changed that because it was -50 to 150, and I didn't like that. And AX set ylim is 25 to 125. Scat equals PLT scatter, X, Y, C equals X. Scat set alpha to 0.8. And anim equals animation dot func animation fig update plot, and that fig update plot is your function that you made. Fargs equals fig scat, frames equals 100, interval equals 50. And originally it was 100, 100, but I changed the interval to 50 just to see what would happen. And so it says PLT show, so we're showing it. What I'm going to do here, just to add a little bit of excitement to the program, let's just see what happens. So we'll stop it, and then we'll run it again and see what happens. And then we'll come over here. Doesn't look like it's really doing anything. It says Y is 0, 25, and 50. It doesn't really look like it's doing anything. What I could do here, maybe because it's still in memory, come over here, I'm just going to do the small moving squares really quickly just to get it out of memory. So we're going to do this just to get it out of memory. So that's our small moving squares, but really all we want to do is just get it out of memory. So we're going to put it back in memory and see what happens, because on the Y, 0, 25, and 50, it should be different. So we'll come over here, and we'll come over here, and we'll do this. It's not really doing anything. It should just, Y should be 0, 25, and 50. And so what the assumption would be would that it would start at 0, 25, and 50. And it's not. It's just starting at 0. So obviously that didn't work. It just all starts at 0. So we'll just take that back to 0. So that's it. That's for the demonstration of this program. I hope you got something out of it. I know it's a small program, But you have to learn the small things before you can get involved in the large things. And so that's why I'm giving the demonstration. And obviously, I've been working with Python for 2 years now, and I wanted to expand to learn more things. And I definitely want to learn reinforcement learning. But in order to learn reinforcement learning, you have to learn animations and simulations as well. So I'll go ahead and conclude this video because I've talked a lot. I want to thank all of my subscribers for supporting me. If you like my video, please like, subscribe, and share. And I'm looking forward to doing more videos for you of a technical nature. Bye.